Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And I got a new old toy to play with. And the reason I was interested in this is because Apple, this is an Apple iPad, has a lot more applications for amateur radio operators, shortwave listeners, scanner listeners, etc. And I've had a Apple iTouch for about 5 years. It was given to me by one of my daughters on my birthday, and I used it quite a bit. I used one application quite a bit, which was a scanner radio application, so that you can listen to scanner radios that are on the internet via radioreference.com. And there's a ton of scanner radio applications for both the Android and the Apple products. But there is one scanner application that has been out for quite a while for the Apple products, both the iTouch, the iPhone, and the iPads, that is actually a scanner, in that it will scan up to 6 stations that are on the internet, scanners, whatever, that are on the internet. Unlike all the rest, which there are hundreds, will only let you pick one. And so it's not really a scanner per se. Well, it's not really a scanner, it's an application. But it's not a scanner in that it does not scan. It's just you pick whatever radio you want to listen to that's on radio reference, and that's the only one you can listen to at a time. You can switch, but you can only listen to one time. This application, which I have running right here, this is on an old iPad 2. Someone was going to give this to me, and I said, no, I'll pay for it. What are you asking for it? So he gave me a very reasonable price, because he was no longer using it. He had long since bought a upgraded iPhone and just had no use for this pad. So I've been, for the past couple of days, I have been looking for applications for this iPad 2, which are related to my hobby of shortwave listening, scanner radios, etc. And so this is the application that I had on my old iTouch, which is called Action Scanner. And it will actually scan up to 6 different internet radios. Now let me zoom in here. I don't know how well this is going to show up on my cheapo webcam. But up here you have up to 6 radio stations that it would actually scan. So it's scanning these. It's stuck right now on this one. Well, it was there. Now it's in on this one. And once the activity stops there, it'll start scanning again. So you get up to 6 stations you can monitor, just like on your regular portable scanner. And it also has 4 banks that you can set up. So you get a total of 16 stations you can listen to. Now, you can't, it does not scan all 4 banks. It only scans the banks you've selected. Plus, the version of this software, Action Scanner it's called, that I had on my iTouch was free. And the free one, you only get 4, a total of 4 that you can put per the 4 banks. This one, which is the paid one, I think it was $2.99, you get 6. And I think the free one, I think it has ads on the bottom too. They don't really get in your way, but they do take up some screen space. Also, this application has a number of functions besides just scanning. Here is a listing of either 10 codes that the police use, or down here, if you go down further, here are 11 codes, and then I think there's one other set of codes, and then there's police codes 1 through 37, not including 37, because it goes 1 to 11, then it jumps to 37. So that little table there is available for you. Plus, another cool little feature is here is a map which you can zoom in and out of, and it will show you physically where the stations are that you have put in your list. And let me see, yeah, and it evens, I just noticed this, I hadn't noticed it before, when it stops on a station, and it's got some activity, the pin lights up. So you can get a physical representation of what station you're hearing. So right now I've got 6 stations in here, and there's 2 in Alaska, and then there's 2, I think, down here in Florida, and then there's two other places. And if I want to load up another bank, which here's bank 2, this is all I've got loaded. This one is Chicago Police, and it's zoomed in right down on where the police station is. That's a street map showing you where the police station is. And of course, Calago, jeez, Calago. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. Chicago Police is really active. I kind of use them if things are pretty dead, probably not a good word, but they're not very active on these primary 6 channels. And all I have to do is go to that Bank 2, Chicago. It's always active, and that'll tell me, if everything's working, my internet connection is working, everything. So that's what I use that for. There's several other options. You can set a timer. This little clock-looking symbol is a timer. You can set so that you can, it's a sleep timer, so you can set it for, say, 20 minutes, and the application will run for 20 minutes, and then it'll shut itself off as far as the audio. I think the application is still running, but the audio shuts off so that once you fall asleep, it won't be running anymore. Gives you the time, and then you can click on a couple of views, like this one I believe is the close-up view. I say close-up view. I thought that view would zoom in, but I guess I was already zoomed in enough. Here's the world view. So go now I see what it is. This is this type of map, and this is okay, there we go. Okay, so this button here, where is it? This button here changes the type of maps. I'm not sure I thought this was like a zoom. Let me see it. Let me zoom out. Yeah, that's a zoom. I don't know how much it zooms. I thought it would zoom even more, but it doesn't. And then this is the stop and start, so that you can stop the audio and stop the scanner. And this is if you're stuck on a particular radio, you can tell it, jump to the next one. I don't want to hear that one. Jump to the next one. And this BG is the option where you can have the scanner running in background. The newer, as I understand, the newer iPads, I'm saying newer, not new, but newer iPads will allow multitasking, which the original ones like my iTouch did not. You could only run one application and that was it. So this program has the option that you can run this program in background and then run some other program, and if it detects a busy station or radio you picked, you can hear the audio. So what prompted me to get on the camera this morning is I was listening to this. It was about 4:30 a.m. here in Clearwater, and all of a sudden, the local Pinellas County Fire and EMS operator came on, and she listed a whole bunch of vehicles to go out on a site that there was a problem. And so there's another application, actually a website, and I'll show you that. Let's see if I hit this twice. Then here is a website. This is for Pinellas County Fire and EMS. It's not, for every city. And let me see if I can zoom in a little better. Okay, let me slide it over. Okay, this is a listing of calls for fire and EMS in Pinellas County. This is a listing of all the things that are going on. And it's over now, but I went to this page and it lists when it happened, what it is, what type of incident it is, the grid that the incident is occurring in, and what type of incident it is, medical, structure fire, whatever. And listed near the top, because their most recent is at the top, was this whole cluster of vehicles that was at this fire. And there must have been, I would say, 12 to 15 vehicles assigned to this structure file. So the one thing I noted, and this is the real reason I'm doing this video, I think I've said that once, is I've noticed here in Florida, and it's probably true everywhere, when the cold season starts, and I guess people are either turning on their furnaces or their furnaces are automatically turning on, and there's dust in the ducts or in their furnace or something, and it causes either a real fire or what appears to be a fire. A lot of that activity happens about this time of the year, and we just hit some cool weather. It's in the high 50s this morning, so it's been cool all week. So people's houses or apartments have been cooling down. I had to put my aquarium heaters back in to keep my aquariums at 78 degrees. So I did that yesterday because the water temperature was starting to drop because the temperature in the house was starting to drop. Now we normally keep, in the winter, we normally keep our house at 70 degrees. And so the aquariums will, if I don't do anything, they will get too cold and it will kill my tropical fish. So I have to put heaters in, and I have to be very, very careful because I've had 2 instances over the past 12 years or so where a heater has stuck on the on position and basically boiled my fish. The tropical fish are not very tolerant, and they will tolerate from about 76 degrees to about 82 degrees. And you get above or below that, they're going to die. And the temperature of that particular aquarium, I have several, I think it got up to about 84, 85 degrees. I didn't catch it. It was that way for some length of time, and consequently, I noticed all the fish were dead, or most of them were dead. All but one were dead. So, oops, good old iPad shut off. Okay, so how did I get off on that subject? But anyway, that's what I have to do in the winter. But what I have noticed over the years is that in the beginning of cold weather, we have a lot of fires here in Florida. Some of them are not real fires. They're just dust that gets ignited and it gets pushed out with the air conditioner, and people think their house is on fire, so they call it fire burner. But I just thought I'd mention that to you. If you do have a scanner, now's a good time to be listening to the fire EMS in your local area. If you don't have a scanner radio and you have either an Android phone or an Android device, could be a tablet, or you have an Apple product, there are several applications, and you can do it on your PC. You can listen into these radios that are on radioreference.com, which is now connected to Broadcastify. They actually do the interfacing now. You select the station via radio reference, and then when you select it, it goes to Broadcastify, and actually you can listen to the station. And what I wanted to point out on the iPad is this Action Scanner program will act more like a real scanner than all the other scanner applications for the Apple products or the Android products. This is the only one that has the scanning capability, and it's only 6 at a time, and you can have up to 4 banks. So anyway, that's the show. If you have any questions, I'm just learning how to use Apple products again. I only have the iTouch and this one now. It's the only ones I've had. I hadn't used the iTouch in like 3 years, so I had to retrain myself. So, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this show. Have a great day, and stay warm, and check your furnace. May have to do a little cleaning there so you don't get any fires, because those furnaces will be coming on as the weather gets cooler. Bye-bye.